I masked a lot of my voice with just so many instruments and production, and I never had a terrible voice, but I didn't know I could step up to the, all those falsettos, all those runs, and
What is up, Cultura Shock family? It is your girl, AK, and today on the show, we have an LA born and raised singer-songwriter, Cuco, whose album, Writing, is out now. Cuco,
what's good?
How we doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, well listen, your album, Writing, is full of soul, it's full of groove. Talk to us about how you conceptualize this project.
I always wanted to make an album like this, but I just wanted to make sure it was like the right time. There's a lot of aspects to like producing it that I wanted to make sure that if we did it, it was done like just kind of full old school. So, you just tape machines, really old instruments. I kind of had to step up to the challenge too, because it was, my vocals are more on the forefront of it. So, I took some vocal lessons as well to prepare for this.
Definitely. So for the people that haven't heard it, you touch a lot on like the Chicano soul, R&B, a very nostalgic sound that you modernize, right?
Yeah.
Is that something you were specifically trying to target, or is it more so a byproduct of just like, you're in LA born and raised, this is what we hear out here, this is your environment?
I don't think it was either. I think it all subconsciously was there, but I went with the intention of just making the best songs that I possibly could.
Okay.
And as a result, it just came out that way because I think when you're a fan of that music and you know how, like, you have a palette that's already kind of cultured enough to know what a good versus bad song sounds like, you'll know when the songs are like ready and feel like they're a product of exactly what you want to make.
Okay, so touching more on Chicano soul, when you think of Chicano soul, is there maybe a memory from your childhood that like pops up in your mind?
I think my childhood would be more flooded with románticas,
Okay.
like terrícolas, pasteles verdes, even boleros, like los tres haces, los panchos, because my family didn't really listen to a lot of like soldies.
Okay.
That was something I got more into like elementary, middle school, and high school, like by myself, just like finding all these songs on like YouTube.
In elementary school.
Yeah,
That's
I
wild.
was always on YouTube, YouTube to this day, like just on YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
Looking things up, and that's how I found a lot of things that I got into.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like for me, like growing up, it's not that I knew like, oh, I follow this artist or I follow this song, but like I would just hear like this music at like family gatherings or etc. And you just knew that like the day you got to ride a lowrider with like your boo, cruising down the sunset with this type of music, it was like peak bliss.
I was always into like Need for Speed, so like I like the like Euro and JDM cars, and so my vision of it was always like having some real like old Japanese car and like whipping it around, and I was also like a big rocker
Okay.
in like middle school and elementary, so just thinking about all this rock music I was gonna be listening to, or like also like rap in the 2000s. That was like that was what I loved listening to when I was playing on my games. And then I started getting into like older American cars, old American muscle. So I'm a big, the way I like cars is the same way I like music. Like I have no bias. I love all kinds of music, all kinds of cars. So
Now your album has 11 songs, one of which is in Spanish, Para Ti. What was that on purpose, or what's the significance of Para Ti?
No, I dished out a few Spanish demos, but this one just felt like it was the track that could kind of highlight my songwriting in Spanish. There's a lot of funny play on like words and just funny metaphors and similes that I don't know. I think it was a good way to showcase the other oldies that I grew up listening to. But I think down the line I want to put out more of those other demos that have kind of like that sound, because I think it's a cool way to represent like what I grew up listening to.
Definitely.
That kind of like sell the Hispanic music.
Definitely. What did you learn about yourself in creating this album?
I learned that I could actually, I'm a pretty decent singer. Yeah, I layer a lot of vocals. I mask a lot of my voice with just so many instruments and production. And I never had a terrible voice, but I didn't know I could step up to the, all those falsettos, all those runs, and
You hit that note.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was cool. It was cool to be able to do that.
Okay, because I wanted to touch on this because you dropped your self-released EP in 2016. We're talking about almost a 10-year time frame, you know what I mean, to today, and you're dropping this album. Talk to us about, you've touched a little bit on it, right? Like being able to have access to certain instruments, producers, etc. Talk to us about that journey and where you are today.
Yeah, Wanna Be With You. Yeah, 2016. And even before that, before I was Cuco, I used to have a different name called Heavy Trip. And that was, I guess, like my first real like self-titled, because it was just Heavy Trip EP. That was 2015. And a lot of people know that and a lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
I don't know what the difference is between people that do know it and don't know it, but yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I was just learning. I was learning how to produce. I didn't have like the full version of the software that I used. It was like Ableton Lite, or just messing around with the trial. Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew how to press record, set the metronome, tempo, time signature. But mixing wise, sound wise, no idea what I was doing. So that's probably what the coolness of the sound was, because I was BSing my way through it, and it had that sound to it. But yeah, it's crazy to think about it. Because I was
10 years.
Yeah.
And where you're at right now, it's almost like a switch, right? Like then and now, but it took a lot of work.
Yeah, I've been doing it for 10 years, but I think I've been in the industry for like 9 years, so almost. Next year's gonna be, I think, that's the real like 10th year anniversary of me doing it. And yeah, Wanna Be With You turns 10 next year too.
Dang.
That to me is crazy. That to me is just crazy.
Yeah.
I was in high school when I put that out.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But we're growing, evolving.
Yeah.
So is your sound and everything that you've been able to reach.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel grateful.
You're like, God bless, Diosito, keep hearing me, keep having my back. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so in this album writing, all of your songs are about love. Que si por las buenas, por las malas, no? Que a bonitos o a heartbreak. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the recurring topic, I think, of all my songs. They've always been about love.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from a scale of 1 to Romeo and Juliet, how much of a romantic are you?
I think I used to be up there. I think right now I'm probably at a 5 or 6, because
You used to be up there.
yeah, I think right now I'm just like hyper focused on my work, like super hyper focused on my work, on like the things I have to do for myself. While I'm still like, I still have a part of my youth in me that wants to go just explore a lot of things, go see a lot of parts of the world, and I like being by myself a lot right now. So
No, you know what though? That's on some self-evolved energy. You know what you need and what you want to do, and that's what you're doing. You know, good for you.
yeah, for sure. I'm riding.